Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on September 23rd, 2024. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Do, giving you your space weather update as well. Earthquakes, volcanoes, and a look at world weather. Always starting out here looking at the last 48 hours on our sun, as we've seen a couple M-class solar flares the last 48 hours from the cresting limb. But other than that, for the past week, it has been super quiet. Earth facing quiet, no CMEs, solar flares. But now things are starting to ramp up again. Looking at the last 48 hours incoming, you're going to see the M-class solar flare left-hand side from the fiery sunspot region. And as well, another one in the last frame there, shooting a pretty large plasma shot along the equatorial region. Looking at outgoing here, lots of plasma filaments swirling and lifting from the surface. They're going to be keeping an eye on those over the next few days. Having a look here, a closer look at the M-class solar flare. There's that large plasma blast, creating a pretty large coronal mass ejection. Having a look at multispectrum, pointing out plasma filaments that we need to keep an eye on. And as well, coronal hole regions, in which there is one equatorial Earth facing right now, and another one forming in the northern hemisphere. Other than that, we got plasma filaments and new sunspot regions coming into play. Having a look here at just another amazing light to see our sun the last 48 hours. Amazing images here, brought to you by Solar Dynamics Observatory, observing 6 sunspot regions. Have a look at these sunspot regions in motion. Take a quick moment to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to press the thumbs up if you're pressing play. And please like and share this video with all your friends. Keeping humanity aware and prepared. Amazing images, SDO, brought to you by Daily Events Worldwide. Current space weather conditions, we are under R1. Minor radio blackout impacts are expected. Weak or minor degradation. Solar winds are coming in right now, 410 kilometers per second. That's down from the almost 600 kilometers per second. The last update quite a few days ago. Solar X-ray flux, strong M-class solar flare, and a minor M-class solar flare just recently, instantly putting us into R1 radio blackouts. Geomagnetic activity hopping up to a KP4 just today. Space Weather Prediction Center here showing their space weather spiral. Not much coming our way. A little bit of instability there. Little green circle on the right-hand side is Earth. And then they have not introduced the new CME models. Either has ISWA. Having a look here, as this one depicts Earth as the yellow circle. And we've got Mercury hopping on to the other side of the sun right now. Looking at LASCO 3, showing the last 2 days of images, large northern region coronal mass ejection, and as well there's our most recent coronal mass ejection from the M-class solar flare from the southwest region, cresting limb. Observing there, slow it down a little bit, and as well there's Mercury, as it is hopping onto the other side of our sun right now. Now let's get to earthquakes, as we did just have a pretty sizable earthquake. Gorontalo, Indonesia, 149 kilometer depth, pretty deep for the region. Heads up, no tsunami with that. But we did have some pretty deep earthquakes the last few days. 584 kilometer depth being the deepest the past 24 hours. But just a few days ago, we had an earthquake, 620 kilometer depth. 5.1 magnitude earthquake here, Kermadec Islands. Lots of activity at the White Island volcano, New Zealand, right near that region. Captain Cook, Hawaii, reporting a 3.0, and quieting down Alaska. A lot of minor seismicity, but nothing crazy. Kursk, Russia, 4.5 there, off the coast of Japan, northern Japan. Overlooking North American plate, notable earthquakes. Desert Air, Washington, that's right. USGS is reporting 276 earthquakes. past 24 hours, and that is definitely up. For about 3 or 4 days, we were really low, under 200 earthquakes. Gorontalo, Indonesia, 6.0 magnitude, being the largest the last 24 hours. But notable earthquakes here, Cooley region, Desert Air, Washington, 2.2. Lots of minor earthquakes here. Actually, counting about 43 of them in the region, 46 earthquakes in Desert Air, Washington. Don't really report earthquakes there often, but there are some faults there, as you can see, the U.S.-American faults being those red lines. No major swarms to talk about, but I'm going to point out some notable earthquakes here through Los Angeles, View Park, Windsor, and as well Lenox. But no major swarms to talk about. USGS is reporting 276 earthquakes the past 24 hours, and it's been on an increase the last 24 hours. 4.4 earthquake there, notable. As well, a 4.1 earthquake here, Guatemala. South American plate has been pretty busy the last few days, but not today. 5.4 being the largest through the region. But I wanted to give you here a look at the last 3 days as we had a sizable earthquake, 6.0, Villa General Rocco, Argentina. 6.0 magnitude after a 5.3 the Nazca Plate region, Southeast Pacific Rise. Notable earthquakes there, as well a 5.0 earthquake, the Greenland Sea, 5.4 magnitude earthquake here, Mauritius, Reunion Island, and as well notable here, Somali Plate. South of Madagascar, just a few days ago, reported a 5.2 earthquake back on the 18th. So lots of activity moving into the Indian Plate. This is a quick glance at the last 7 days for earthquakes around the world. Much love, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. All those memberships, all the likes, and all the comments. Thank you all so much. Truly grateful, and I appreciate your loyalty and patience to this channel. That's a look at the last 7 days for shakers around the world, largest being the 6.0 Gorontalo, Indonesia today. Now let's have a look at our sulfur dioxide emissions forecast, brought to you by our active and erupting volcanoes across the world. And right now there are 63, counted earlier today, 63 active and or erupting. Sizable eruptions coming off of Kamchatka this week, eastern Russia, and as well through Mexico and Hawaiian Islands, as Kilauea has been erupting all week long. Overlooking Africa, Southeast Asia, and Australia. No major eruptions or notable sulfur dioxide emission forecasts. But wait until you see the Southern Hemisphere, as I still have no idea what is producing all this sulfur dioxide in the South Pole right now, but it is swirling around. Having a look at South America right now and South Africa, there are hundreds of fires burning across the Amazon right now. And look at all this SO2 in the Southern Hemisphere. What is going on in Antarctica? Large plumes of sulfur dioxide swirling around our South Pole right now. Let's get to weather. Brought to you by windy.com. We do have low pressure system grinding through Ontario, and as well a very large low pressure system affecting Alaska and BC, bringing about some of their first snowfalls through the region. Watch here through the Gulf, as we do have an area of interest that could turn into a Category 3 hurricane by the time it makes landfall here in the Gulf Coast. Looks like by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Watch for extreme weather all across eastern United States and central regions as it smashes into that high pressure ridge. Cooler temperatures coming from the north. Colorado low in the long range will be diminished by high pressure ridge. Lots of moisture coming to Ontario and as well the west coast, multiple low pressure systems. Overlooking Europe, Africa. Watch for parts of Eastern Europe as you've got 1, 2, 3 low pressure systems grinding through this week. And long range forecast next week. Looks like Ireland, you will have a tropical system on your doorstep here. Strong low pressure system could turn into a cyclone or hurricane. So heads up and stay tuned to Daily Events Worldwide. I'll keep you updated. Overlooking Southeast Asia, Australia, and South Africa. Moisture moving through the Australian continent this week. Monsoon rains continue through Southeast Asia. No typhoons or cyclones here forecasted except for parts of southern Japan in the long range. You could see a super typhoon developing. Give you a quick look here at our polar vortex. This is looking at the South Pole right now as it is getting organized and getting a little bit smaller. Equatorial winds versus the northern hemisphere. As you can see, things are starting to set up here. Winds are picking up and starting to circle around our North Pole, whipping up and into winter of 2024. Welcome to fall, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the weekend. Look at where this is all swirling around. Russia, our new magnetic North Pole. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like and share. Stay aware, prepared. Bye now. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.